Hi guys. Today I think we're just going to try to clear out some missions in our journal. Essentially, we have a lot of missions that take up space in our journal. So let's try and get at least some of them out of there. Like the pest control, we could easily get rid of. Emergency response, we probably could get rid of. Let's get rid of that one right away, actually. Also, between videos, essentially I did the Gotham Booster Gold Explore missions. I hadn't done those yet, so I managed to do them and get a skill point or two out of that. After the last video, I just needed to fly around and relax, and I didn't think people would find it very interesting to see me just flying around Gotham or Metropolis doing Booster Gold missions. Although, if you would have enjoyed that, let me know, and next time I'll make sure to make a video out of that. So let's see again what's in the box. So as you can see, I have all the rings from the Booster Gold missions. So let's go and sell at least some of those.
Nothing a villain uses can possibly compare with my equipment. Let me provide you with the items you need.
Oh, we can sell that. We'll never use it. So there we go. Oh, we can collect this one. Oh, I'll probably try to sell those a bit later. Okay, so let's continue. Although for the wanted missions, I'm not sure I'm going to start doing them right away. I'll probably wait a bit until I'm at least combat rating 70. And even then, I seem to recall with a gadget character, those were pretty hard. I would do them at combat rating 70, or sometimes even a bit less than that with my mental controller. The reason for that is that I would have my shields to give me some survivability, which I don't have quite as much with this character. So essentially, here we have our friend Steel who sells the tier 1 gear. I'm not sure why. I guess this Zatanna is the tutorial to sort of kind of show us the various vendors. So here we have our friend Robin who sells PvP gear, and the little robot who sells PvP weapons. So you can see the PvP gear. Uh, if I didn't talk much about PvP yet, I'll probably make a couple of videos about that soon. Essentially, for the PvP gear, as you can see, we don't see all the PvP gear we have access to yet. Essentially, we see the 96 item level gear, and then we see the 97 item level gear, and it goes up to 100 if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I did any PvP at all, so Uh, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry about that. Hmm, nah. So essentially, as you can see, we have a tricky fellow who's trying to trick us into a duel by challenging us while we're using the vendor. He's hoping to that while we click to possibly buy a piece of gear, we will click on his dual invitation by accident. And like he's trying to troll us into accepting his invitation by being rude. Nah, that won't really work. So essentially, you have the 97 gear. In order to get access to the 98 level gear, you need to buy every single piece of 97 gear first. And that means the whole gear, the mask, the trinket. I guess I could buy the rookie liberating later. Uh, the necklace, you have to buy 2 rings, and you have to buy the PvP weapon. Here he goes again. And we have to buy the PvP weapon. Let's get out of here. Or even better yet, there we go. So in order to get the 98 level gear in PvP, you have to buy every single piece of a 97 gear. And once you do,
Uh-huh.
only then will you see the 98 gear in the vendor. Like essentially, we don't see the next PvP gear that we have to buy. I'll show you also in the. Is that it? I suppose. Oh yeah, that's it.
There you have it. I've uploaded the data on the League's current duos, alerts, and raids. Look for the star in your communicator's on-duty tab for what's most urgent each day.
And now she's going to show us the mark conversion kiosk. Essentially, that's just somewhere where you we used to be able to we used to get more than just marks of victory and marks of valor. We used to get a truckload of different marks. Although technically we still do. I suppose the seasonals will still give us various marks. Yeah, just doing a little detour there. Essentially, if you have an old character that you didn't play for a while, you can come here. And if you have some really old marks that no longer exists, then you can change them through this machine. So if we had, let's see, I'm trying to find some marks that, like the momentum token used to exist a long time ago and no longer do. So if somehow if you were stuck with some momentum tokens that you want to get rid of to clear out your currency menu, the currency tab, you could come here. Or if you still have some spooky token from, let's say, from Halloween last year, and somehow want to get rid of them, sure. Yeah. Although Halloween is, I guess, just around the corner, so if you still have some token for that, I might as well keep them for this Halloween. Like if you had, again, if you still had some marks of triumph, oh, you could come here and trade them. Or let's say you're very close to having, I don't know, and if you have mark of valor you want to get rid of, Or let's say you bought every single piece of PvP gear and no longer need your mark of valors. Well, you could come here and trade them for these tokens. And here we have the Christmas tokens, or winter tokens as they call them. So if you have some old marks or some seasonal marks that you want to get rid of, this would be the place. I guess I will do something that I swore never to do again, but somehow I always manage to find reasons to do it. Let's see. So we have to talk to our friend, Lady Shiva. And also there's this console that we can activate. And this will give us a mission to do some heroic acts. And I suppose I could. And also, we got 85 marks of legends from clicking on this console here. So just for that, that's really worth it. At 85, we can buy most of the legend, at least one, most of the legend character, one of most of the legend characters. So if we buy a handful of cheaper ones, we could do we could get a few legend characters if we wanted to. So let's see what else we can get rid of. Oh yeah, we'll probably do the pest control a bit later. Uh, I guess I could show you the Toyman missions, or nah, I'll do a flashback for that. I don't want to do it more than I have to. So we're going to do two. There's two missions we have left that we could get rid of. There's the Big Cat Hunter that's taking up space in our journal that we can easily get rid of. So let's go and do that. Now remember when I started playing and I was clueless, literally. Essentially, the Big Cat Hunter mission is that you have to spot Catwoman somewhere in Central City. But even before I got that mission, I would see a Catwoman, and essentially you can spot her in half a dozen different places. But not knowing that it was part of an already existing quest, I would see Catwoman on a rooftop, and then I would see her in an alley later, and then I would see her, and I would start to think that holy crap, I have to follow the various Catwoman. Maybe they'll lead me somewhere, and they just did not. Sometimes when you don't know what's going on, you'll imagine something. Right there. So sometimes when you don't know what's going on, well, you'll imagine something. And in the case of Catwoman, I thought that, oh, I thought there were clues to lead me to the next mission. And there weren't really. You just have to find one of those six Catwoman spread through Gotham. And once you do, you're pretty much done with the mission. But I remember I thought it was some sort of clue, and I thought, okay, I saw her in a rooftop here, and then I would go around the block a few times, and then I would see her in an alley, and then I thought it would lead me to the next Catwoman who was on another rooftop doing cracking a safe or a door. But sadly, it was not. It was just let's find one of those six Catwoman, and that's it. Which was which was sad, but it's okay. So essentially, you see her here.
You just scared off my informant. Now I'll have to convince another Falcone goon to give up that information. Take a hint from one alley cat to another. This is my alley. Make yourself scarce.
And essentially now it asks us to go do technically the same mission as Gotham University that we can do in our journal. But eons ago, it didn't really work the way it does now, in the sense that you had in the Watchtower you had various terminals. So you would go to those terminals and you would take, let's say, the Catwoman mission, and then you would come all the way here, and you would have this portal, and you would enter this mission. This is, I guess, leftover from that, is that in the sense that nowadays, like this is probably the only time I will be able to use this portal. Once I do it, I'll never be able to enter here again, unless I use the on duty menu and teleport straight into the mission. In the past, a lot of missions had portals like this at the entrance of it. Some still do, like the Joker missions, the clown with the Harley Quinn mission with all the clowns still has the portal. But some like this one, or I think even the Penguin one, they don't have that anymore. So let's do this mission and let's see how different it feels compared to the usual one. It's been a while, so I'm not sure if this is going to be the exact same thing as if I go into my on duty menu by now, or if it's going to be the lesser version that you usually get the first time you get that mission. Let's find out together. Oh, let's might as well be DPS for this one. So let's see if we can. There's still combat rating 56, so it seems to be pretty much the same mission at this point. Although I'm a bit stronger than the last time I came here, but still, well, let's try not to get too cocky. Even now, if I pull too many of them, they could have hurt me.
Just what I wanted. A cat's paw. Lend me a hand, fetch the cat's eye diamonds from the jealous kitties guarding them in these chambers. These relics are turning ordinary people into cats. And unless you want Gotham becoming a wild kingdom, you better get their eyes back in place.
So let's see over here if we can get our little friend to come to us. So you can easily see the difference from the first time I was here. Uh, but still, even though I'm much better equipped than when I first was here, you have to be careful. Those cat people can still they can still hurt you. They're still oh, missed my jump. It happens. There he is. I'm not sure if it all those evade are replacing what used to be what was it called? The reset. Essentially, when you would fight certain enemies, and if they were stuck in the environment or stuck in a corner, not and when if the game felt that you were kind of exploiting it, it would the creature would reset. It would just stand there and you would see reset, 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 reset. I'm not sure if the evade thingy is the same or if it just means that literally the Panther dude pretty much dodged all of my attacks. Doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's pretty much the same result. Although I have to admit, I haven't seen the NPCs reset as much as they used to. So, but then again, by now I pretty much know what to do or not to do for them to reset. So I usually will actively try not to reset them. Well, not really actively. It's pretty much a reflex by now. Like for example, the wanted missions. You have a certain area where you have to fight the bounties, and if you go too far off that area, the bounties will reset. And I don't mean the big yellow area that's marked on your on your map. That area is pretty big, but there's usually a set place. Like if you see let's say you see Captain Boomerang in a parking lot, and you start fighting him. If you take him too far away from that parking lot, he will, or outside of that parking lot, he will reset. Even if technically you're still in the area of the bounty, the yellow area that's marked on the map, even if you're still in there, if you take him out too far from where you actually see him spawn, he will reset. So you have when you do the bounty, not only must you defeat the NPC, but you also must make sure that he remains within the area where he actually spawns. So it's not just a matter of defeating him, but it's defeating him and keeping him in that same area. So as you can see, why not? As you can see, the enemies are fairly easy to dispatch, but they can still hurt you pretty bad. So they don't have that much health or defense, but they still do hit hard. So that pretty much, I guess that pretty much is the definition of what is called a glass cannon, where you don't have much in terms of health, but you do a lot of damage. So I guess it almost seems since Game Update 47 that everything has been turned pretty much into glass cannon. The players and the NPCs. And there we go. Let's see what we got. Odds are pretty much everything is this mission. And this mission now is at best as good as our worst gear, I suppose. 52, yeah. I don't. We're pretty sure we don't get rings in here, and everything else is pretty much above 52, except the necklace. But again, I don't think we get a necklace here. Oh yeah, how much marks do I have? Uh, I'll probably go buy a piece of tier 3 gear, probably the belt, when I get the chance. I'll just need a few extra mark, I guess. I'm pretty sure I won't get marks for this mission. I'll probably just get a reward box. Essentially now, when you're overgeared for a mission, you no longer get marks of victory. You get you get some sort of reward box that gives you one of a few items. One of those things would be a mark of victory, but so far I usually get either a base item or an exhibit cluster. Exhibit cluster essentially gives you one of each exhibit, and or some other things that aren't very useful. From memory, the only useful thing from that box is either the exhibit or the mark of victory. Although I don't recall getting a mark of victory. I may have had one, but I just don't recall it. I mostly recall the exhibit clusters, which were a nice surprise when I first saw them. Although at some point, seeing the amount of exhibits you require to just craft one mod, the exhibit clusters, it helps a bit, but it doesn't really mean that you won't have to farm anymore. You would need a lot more than just a few exhibit clusters once in a while. Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. Although I'm pretty sure if you gave the option to everyone, everyone would choose the one mark of victory by default.
Hey, you gotta get rid of these cat people so I can finish fixing this pipe? You gotta go in and turn off 4 valves along the way to open up the gate at the end. But don't breathe too deep. The place is full of fumes.
They pretty much got rid of all the cats. I barely see any cats anymore in these tunnels. There used to be one every few seconds, but now there's once in a while you'll see one or two of them. Which I don't really care. It was a nice it was a nice effort, I guess, for the devs to try to come up with different mechanics and different ways to slow down the players. But in the end, it was more than just a bit annoying after a while. So I wouldn't have cared if they had kept it, but I can't say that I'm sorry that it's gone. Like it was a fun mechanic at first, but I've done this mission hundreds of times. For when I started playing, the Catwoman mission was one of the very few mission that could give you a nice face piece, like a nice it had essentially it had like the best one of the best masks in the game. I think the Catwoman and the Kyle Rayner mission had some of the best masks. So if you wanted a really good mask, you pretty much needed the Catwoman one at some point, and it was really rare. I mean, I've been playing for 4 years, and I saw that freaking mask once, and it was like just a few months ago. But although you could buy it from the broker if you had the money, which at first I did not, obviously, because it was really expensive. So in the hopes of trying to get a better mask, I ran this mission. That and also at some point I was looking for the Mayan helmet for one of my characters. And holy crap, did I run this mission looking for that helmet and it would not drop. And then when it finally did, I had like 5 of them by the end of the mission. So it was like, ah man. Sometimes you'll see strange anomalies in the loot tables that are hard to explain, other than either you were really unlucky or the loot table glitched somehow. Like when you don't see a piece of gear for like a year or two, and then you see 5 of them in the same mission, it's like, okay, I think something is wrong here. There we go. I was trying not to knock out the little lion, but I don't think I managed to. That's okay. Essentially, you have a feat if you don't defeat any of the lions. Like if you don't defeat any of the lions, and then if you protect them so that they don't get killed by the other lions, there's a feat if you manage to keep all of them without being killed, either by yourself or by the other lions. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to blow it. Like you saw that little lion fall on the ground. I failed to save him. Poor little guy. Well, that's okay. I already have that feat and other characters. I'll probably wait until I'm tier 4 or maybe tier 5. I'm not sure yet to buy a handful of skill points, I suppose. Essentially to get the weapon masteries. Skill points are a bit of a. I have a reward box here. I'll wait for it later. Oh yeah, let's refill our colas before. If you wait for your colas to run out, you have to go back to your armory and re-imprint your armory with a stack of cola. So you don't want to do that. Essentially, whenever you see your stack of cola get a little too down. You need help? Sure. Invite me, and I'll see what I can do to help you out. Okay, so I guess I'll just leave here and I'll go and join you. Just give me a second because this little lion dude is doesn't want to let me leave. He likes me too much. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm not sure if you can hear me through the game. I don't seem to be able to hear you though. Just give me a sec. I'll just go tweak my audio settings. That might be why. I don't know if you can hear me. There we go. So I guess I will head back. Uh, Wrong way. No, I can't. Wow. Okay, let me go try to adjust my settings first. Nah. Let's see. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, Barry. Essentially, I'm going to have to try and finish at least part of this mission before I can go and reach you. So if you just be patient, I'll be there as soon as I can. Because I could not backtrack at this point, so I literally have to go and fight those little guys before I can get out of this mission. Oh, I guess I could warp out. Why didn't I think of that? I can't drink combat. So let's see. I guess the lions are still in combat, so I can't get out of combat. Okay, let's defeat this little guy here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to warp out of here. I assume you play in the PvE server, so we'll come and join you. Can you let me know in the chat box? Well, I assume you're in Gotham, so I'll try and go and meet you there. So I assume you're already in the warehouse. So I'll be there fairly soon. And you're not here. Where are you, yeah, you're here. Are you? No, you're not. Oh, yeah, you're here. I'm not sure why I don't see the green arrow. Oh, you're in the PvP phase. Holy crap. Oh, I'll go back. Don't worry, Barry. We'll get there someday. Oh, I see you now. Oh, there you are. Now let's go to the warehouse. Watch out, there's an evil villain on the way. So I take it from your name that you made yourself a Barry Allen from the TV show, aka the Flash, or did you? Oh, there you go. So whenever you're ready, we can get in. Not sure why I can't hear you though. So whenever you're ready. I'm not sure where we're going. So let's see if we can keep our friend Barry powered. You may notice there's a bit of, I'm not sure what should call it, lag, probably latency, and the minimap, whereas usually it'll take a few seconds for the minimap to keep up with where a character like Barry actually is. Essentially, it's like he's going faster than the minimap can keep up with, which is not a rare thing. It happens fairly often. For this part of the mission, if you're supposed to kill the zombies, Barry, you have to talk to Etrigan first. Or do you have to go into the warehouse? Uh, Probably. So go in and I'll follow you.
Hey! Can you hear me? I'm stuck up here. It's the zombie apocalypse down there. They've already taken out a couple of supers. No way I'm opening these doors until those things are gone.
You probably can take a mission here, if I'm not mistaken. there's a little treasure chest here. There's a boss over here if you want to do it. I guess not. I'm not sure where you're going. There's this little guy over here who usually gives a. Where is it? There's usually an NPC nearby that gives a quest. I will let you click the objectives. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can click them. You have a few powers that will heal you. Uh, Essentially, if you use the X or the right square button, you should be able to heal yourself. Oh, an exhibit. It's mine. All mine.